What's up, YouTube? Hirsch here, and guys, I've got one of the artists here at Transformers Earth Wars, Mr. Lee, and Lee does some amazing stuff here. You want to tell us a little bit about what you've got going and what?
I'm Lee Sullivan. I'm the art director for Space Apes. I'm responsible for art across all the games. So I've been here about 2 years now, working on Samurai Siege, Rival Kingdoms from scratch, and also Transformers Earth Wars as well. So I'm responsible for pretty much the whole art team. And for the last kind of year and a half, been pretty much focused on Transformers.
So you do a lot of games, not just Transformers?
Yeah, so everything across the studio. Okay. But I tend to be mainly focused on the games in production. So for the last year, I've been working on Transformers mainly. Still supporting the other teams. Previously to that, I was on Rival Kingdoms mainly. So yeah, I've been pretty much focused on Transformers for the last year or so.
So the artwork that you guys have right now in the Transformers game, I know that you guys do little tweaks all the time, but for the most part, it's all based off what genre of Transformers comics or
Generations. So the Generations kind of product line and also comic line is the biggest kind of influence for us on the visual side of things. So we went out and met with Hasbro, God, it must be well over a year ago now. Flew out to their headquarters, kind of met the creative directors out there, and they're kind of big push on the product side is the Generation, the Combiner Wars kind of line. So we took that as the biggest kind of direction. Obviously, we're big fans of G1 internally. You've probably spoken to some of the guys, we're all super passionate fans from our childhood.
Yeah.
And how we see Generations, and that kind of product line is a modernisation of that kind of classic G1 look and feel. So we're all big fans of that, and we went out and met the guys from Hasbro, and they showed us all the cool stuff they had going on. It was super exciting, and that's kind of the biggest visual compass point, I suppose, for us going forward.
Of all the like Autobots, Decepticons, stuff like that, what was your favorite to design to make that artwork for? What was your favorite project?
I think some of the classic characters like Optimus Prime, my favourite two, Optimus Prime and Starscream, so we had a lot of fun with those. Obviously Optimus Prime's gone through a whole bunch of changes over the years, and even the Hasbro product history of their toys, there's a lot of variations in there, so we spent a lot of time looking at the different ones over the years and trying to make our Optimus Prime slightly unique. So we've obviously got the wheels on the forearms, which is quite distinct, compared to obviously the G1 and some of the other things. So we took some of the influences from where Generations is right now, and some kind of nods to the classic G1 as well. So we feel like our design is kind of a nice mixture of the two.
Okay. Is there anything in this game that's like strictly unique, like you guys came up with, or is it all drawn from?
It tends to be all drawn from a variety of sources. So some of our Transformers are pretty much based one for one on the product line, on the toys. Some of them are kind of a little bit of an amalgamation of different Transformers from over the years, and then some of them are slightly more G1 based. So it tends to be kind of what works best for any given Transformer.
So since you've done work on a whole bunch of different games, you've got experience with doing like completely free, like you do the art for this, there's no real anything to base it off of. And then you've got this game where it's like, okay, we've got these comics, so we have to stay true to this, the Generations. What do you prefer? I mean, is there one that you like more than others? The free reign of art, or?
Yeah, I think it's always a funny one. Like artists love to work on new IPs. I'd love to create universes from scratch, create characters from scratch. And on Rival Kingdoms, we got the opportunity to do that as a studio. And at the time, it is that kind of dream of you can do whatever you want, but you're still drawing a lot of inspirations. Obviously, Game of Thrones is massive. We're looking at that. We're looking at Diablo. So you're still drawing those visual inspirations from a variety of sources.
If you have a fairy, you got to look for a fairy type thing.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's still always a kind of research is a massive part of what we do, and you still go through that process anyway. Obviously, when you work on an IP, it helps if you love the IP, and that was great for us. We're all big Transformers fans, so immediately, when we heard about it, it's coming off Rival Kingdoms, which is obviously a lot darker, a lot more mature, which gives us a chance to do something totally different. So we flex a different set of creative muscles. Coming from those dark universes and ancients of Rival Kingdoms, all of a sudden it's bright, it's colourful, it's kind of classic.
It's very like reds, blues, whites.
And that was an active decision we made to kind of appeal to the most broadest audience possible. Obviously, Transformers has got a massive broad appeal over its years. Obviously, a massively popular brand. So we wanted to make it appeal to everybody, and that was a conscious decision on the brightness and the saturation of the Transformers, and even the canvases. Like if you look at the canvas from Rival Kingdoms, it's quite dark and mysterious.
Right, I was actually just looking at that. I tried Rival Kingdoms for the first time today. I'll be making a video on it here soon. I don't think it's going to be a game that I'm going to make a bunch of videos on, but I wanted to try it because it was made by you guys, and I honestly, since I've been here, I've done nothing but love this company. So
good to hear.
I like seeing these games. I like seeing these new designs that you have coming up in future games. I got to play it, test a few games like that.
Cool.
So I'm super excited about that, and I can't wait to be able to show you guys that when I'm allowed to, and stuff like that. So super excited. What kind of stuff are you working on right now for Transformers? I mean, obviously there's some new stuff coming up.
So yeah, we've only recently just done a big push for launch, obviously. So the last kind of month or so, we're working on the launch trailer, some of the kind of key art, the loading screen, the posters. We're pushing forward with a lot of that content as well. And then we've got the kind of ongoing pursuit of just Transformer generation, so creating the bots. We've got a schedule.
The future bots coming out.
Yeah, so we've got a roadmap which extends from now all the way until Christmas, working with our outsourced partners, but also the internal team as well, and just working on that next set of bots.
That's something that I personally never really thought of when you think about a game company. You think, they're making the game, they're working on the game. I never really dawned on me until I got here and I see all these posters across the wall. I see artwork everywhere, and things like that. I never really realized that the artists that are working at the game are also doing the same art for the Facebook pages, the stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, our creative services guys are the best in the world. The stuff they do, obviously you're taking game assets, but you're taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, our games are filmed from the kind of top-down isometric camera. Whereas some of the launch trailers we've done, you're in that heart
of the face of the character.
Yeah, completely, right? You've got like high definition models, high definition hands, the quality of the animations pushed way further, the quality of the lighting, the visual effects, way beyond what we can do on a device. So for us, again, it's a nice playground to kind of play in, to push that quality and create more kind of cinematic moments that we don't necessarily do in the software.
Yeah. So I asked you, what was your favorite Autobot? What was your favorite Autobot? Both, like personally, which one do you like the best, and which one was your favorite to design?
So the first,
you said Optimus Prime. Right?
Yeah, I mean Optimus was like probably the first character we did. So we did Optimus and Bumblebee were the first two through the gates. We spent a lot of time where the guys from Hasbro come over. They spent a week with us in Space office and kind of a lot of kind of great conversations and fast iteration of looking at the different details on both characters. So I mentioned obviously the wheels and the forearms, the look and feel of Bumblebee. They brought a whole bunch of reference with them, so it was a really good week to kind of really define what made our game unique in terms of its art style. So they were a great couple of characters to design. My first Transformer I ever got as a kid was Skywarp. He was kind of a Decepticon as a younger child, so it was great to see him to come back and work with the guys and kind of modelling and texturing him. Kind
so you'd say that would be your personal favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a really nice version of him as well on my desk in toy form. So yeah, we got that from the guys at Hasbro.
Go grab that and show the guys.
Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah, awesome. Can we show them your desk?
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll go do that. So I think that's going to be it for this video, though. I certainly appreciate you coming out. Is there anything you wanted to tell them, hints, or anything that...
just to say, I hope you guys enjoy it. Please hit us with all your feedback. Obviously, the launch of our games is just the beginning. We're waiting to see what you guys think of it. So ideas, suggestions, things you like, things you don't like. Yeah, this is just the kind of the beginning of that journey we're going on. So the more feedback we can get from you guys, the better. Help make a great game and continue to improve it.
Yeah, honestly, guys, that right there, what you just heard coming out of his mouth, I promise you that's 100% unscripted. That is one of my favorite things about this company, is they actually are coming in and asking us, the players, the people that are enjoying the game, they're asking us for our input, and they're actually using it. I'm walking around the office in here, and they've got walls full of sticky notes that are ideas from the players.
Yeah, totally.
It's brilliant. I really love that this company takes that into such consideration and is willing to make the players happy. Essentially, kind of like that. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Bye.
Take it easy.
Here we are over at his desk. He's got some pretty awesome stuff here. This is the Skywarp you were telling me about right here?
Yes.
And what is that? So you did all of this work here on your computer?
Well, not necessarily me. This is done by Josh on the left of me here. He's one of my concept artists. Give us a wave. So this is part of the Transformer creation process. What we do is we model it in a very basic form, which we call block out. And then Josh and the concept team draw over the top of that and kind of lay down the panel lines.
Okay.
Look and feel right, get the colours, and it goes to our modelling.
And this is right here is your guy you were telling us about.
This is my very own.
You've got him. So this is your inspiration. You took this and turned it into that for the game. That's brilliant. I like that.
So it works.
We got him here in his
form.
What form?
Boxed up.
Boxed up. He's all unopened. That's awesome. I bet that'll be a collector someday. Or is it already?
It is.
It is already, he says. Awesome. Well, once again, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Yeah.